Hi, and welcome to this video in the Vention assembly video series. My name is David, and I work in the hardware design department here at Vention. In this video, we're going to show how to connect the UR controller to the MachineMotion controller by using the Vention created robot cell integration kit for universal robots. To begin, all the sensors and actuators must be connected properly to the MachineMotion. For references on how to do this, see our other video, MachineMotion configuration and installation. Now, assuming that all of your actuators are properly set up, the sensors are working, and everything on the MachineMotion side is good, we will begin with the connection of the UR system. Firstly, we want to make sure that the UR is properly connected to its controller. Next, the controller also must be plugged into our power source. Finally, to allow for the communication between the UR controller and the MachineMotion controller, we must connect the two via Ethernet cable. Plug this Ethernet cable into the Ethernet port on the MachineMotion control unit. Now that this is connected, we may power on the MachineMotion and begin the configuration process. Navigate to the MachineMotion main control screen. Within this screen, we will actually then navigate into the network configuration screen. In the network configuration screen, we will see three options here: IP, netmask, and gateway. For the configuration purpose, we will set the IP to 192.168.0.2. the net mask to 255.255.255.0, and finally the gateway to 192.168.0.1. To confirm and enter these values, we will then click on the Use Static Mode button. Now that we have completed this aspect of the network configuration of the MachineMotion, we can proceed to the installation of software and the network configuration on the UR controller. Begin by taking the USB supplied by Vention with the software and inserting it into the USB port on the side of the UR controller. Once it is inserted, you can start the boot sequence by pressing the power button on the UR controller. Now that the UR pendant has booted, we can proceed with the installation of the Vention software. Click on the Setup Robot section here. Once in this menu, we want to look at the bottom left here and click the plus button. Once in this menu, navigate to USB disk and then select Vention Robot Cell 2.0 URCap. Click Open and then follow the prompt to then restart the UR so that it can finish the installation process. Now that the Vention software is completed installing on the UR pendant, we can now proceed to configure the network. First, begin by clicking on Setup Robot, then on the Network tab. Within the network menu, we would like to select static address. Once that is selected, we can proceed by setting the IP address as 192.168.0.3, the subnet mask as 255.255.255.0, the default gateway as 192.168.0.2, the preferred DNS server as 192.168.0.2, and finally, the alternative DNS server as 0.0.0.0. Finally, click Apply. The loading bar will appear at the bottom, and then connectivity status will change to Network is connected. We have one more step before the two controllers can communicate fully. Going back to the main menu, we will now click on Program Robot. Once in this menu, click on the Installation tab. Then proceed by clicking on Vention Robot Cell. Once in this menu, we will click the plus button to add a MachineMotion, and then once in that menu, we will enter the IP address of that MachineMotion, which is 192.168.0.2. Once this MachineMotion is added, we could then add axes to allow for the control of these different axes. Once all of the information is properly inputted, such as the type, the presence or not of a gearbox, the direction of the actuator, and so on, we are now ready to run a program. So programs can be run both with actuators standalone or in parallel. To run a program, simply click Run Program, File, and load the desired program. Now that the program is run, opened, and watch the magic happen. Thank you so much for watching this Vention assembly video, and please feel free to check the other videos in the Vention assembly video series.